Hey guys, how you doing? I thought I'd put out a video here. I had a bunch saved up to kind of, prove a point over and over and over again, just getting focused to death on this game. But I had just a couple games close to each other in this Tier 6 New American heavy line tank. I haven't got past this Tier 6 yet, so I'm just working on it, and I just got a couple of examples here to show you in Tier 8 games where I'm getting focused out. So it kind of succinctly puts in two videos what I was had a string of them actually in to show, but also wanted to just touch on a little bit. Come across a video from what's his name? Sorry, close Colorman on the PC side, and I guess Klaus isn't into this game too much anymore either. He says he's not buying any more premium stuff, and I don't know if he's still in the CC program, but he'd been talking about CC program, and he came up with a new a new catchphrase that I thought was pretty funny and pretty good. Is he, instead of calling it the Community Contributor Program, he's calling it the WC. Like, instead of CC, he's calling it WC for Wargaming Contributor. which is perfect, right? I thought it was pretty funny and pretty well done, and Klaus is like, I'm not a big fan of any of these guys, right? But he was talking about what's his name? IUXN getting banned from the program, and I had a video on that a little while ago. Saying, what kind of people Wargaming are in those offices. The original. I have videos on it from a long time ago, actually, multiple ones. It's nothing new. It's censorship and this cancel culture crap is, I believe, Wargaming, in my experience, is like the original censorship and canceling people out because they don't like what they say. Anyhow, so that's been causing quite a stir on the PC side. All these guys have dived into it, and Klaus has dived into it with, as I said, I'm not really a huge fan of any of them, right? But Klaus is every so often, he's Canadian, and every so often he goes on a rant that's full of expletives, right? Which is, I do the same thing. It's so easy to do when you start talking about this game. But anyhow, Klaus is talking about, some of the other CC's reaction to, WC's reaction to what was done to IUXN. And instead of, I guess the bottom line he's talking about is instead of sticking up for the guy and sticking together as a WC community of guys who are like free advertisement, right? They're Wargaming's free advertisers. They threw him under the bus, including the guy with the biggest channel on the PC side, right? No, any side, as far as World of Tanks is concerned. So you know, and I just don't understand that either. You know why those guys wouldn't object to one of their CCs and WCs getting kicked out of the program instead of as close as throwing them under the bus. But that's, you know, that's what people do, I guess. It's unfortunate that wargaming is the way they are with, you know, wanting to control what people say, send a message to the other one. Sorry, you know, better stay in line there, boy, or same thing could happen to you. And unfortunately, the WCs have bought into that, right? And throwing this other guy under the bus and carrying on with their channels and with their lives and these loot boxes and all the stuff that they said that they were against. So I would encourage you to. There's a couple guys who go into it more. I'm not really into the gossip part of it. I don't really care about that stuff. And as I say, I'm not really a fanboy of any of them. I don't really like any of them. I don't like any of them on the fucking console side for sure. But, and as I said in that previous video, this the guy that they got rid of, UXN, he's one of the few guys, or the only guy who I actually respected, not because of what he said. He's just a kid. I ain't not paying too much attention to what any of these guys say, really. Doesn't interest me a whole lot, right? But I did respect the way he played. He was one of the few guys I saw who I liked the way he played. He would platoon up with guys. I've seen videos on the, you know, on the PC side. He's uploaded to YouTube, and he's got a couple of buddies with him, and these guys would platoon together and in their heavy tanks, and they would go to the front lines and they would fight, like, you know, like guys with testosterone, right? So I respected the way the guy played, rather than most of them, you know, you can't. They're fucking hiding in the fucking back, like, you know, and they're getting this, you know. They all talk about what I don't respect about any of them is, you know, the bullshit about how you can have an influence on the game. One of the guys lately, not lately, for about a year now, he's kind of touched on it, you know, being difficult for one guy to have an influence on a game, you know, in as far as a win goes. And I would say it's not difficult. It's impossible when you add up all the variables. And remember the tank modules, the crew, everything's assigned hit points to it, and you know the degree of variation, accuracy and damage, and you know, the role of the dice there, and as well as matchmaking, right? With RNG and matchmaking, it's impossible for a guy. Look at this. You know, I thought I was hidden there, and this artillery guy, I obviously thought I was the most. I'm in a tier 6 tank in a tier 8 game there, and I'm the priority target as usual. So I selected these couple of examples there where that summarize all those ones I was talking about. I had saved up, right? So this just condenses it a bit and shows you basically that right there over and over and over again. Right? Yeah, the kill beer thing over and over and over again. Getting exclusively shot at until I'm dead, and the enemy team goes on to win the game. And it happens regardless of what tank or tier position I go to. I mean, I've tried everything, but The artillery guys don't like me one little bit in this game. And so where was I? You know, that's the one thing that I was kind of impressed with this kid. How he played at the front with some balls, whereas I think all of the others don't go anywhere near their front lines. And yet he was still, when he was platooned up with his buddies, they were still able to dominate, which is very hard to do. I mean, that takes skill, right? And they were getting shot at. They were getting, they're drawing attention to themselves. So I liked that, and I respected that, because that reminded me of, my gameplay a lot, except for the matchmaking and the RNG, which of course is going to be, I haven't seen anybody gets matchmaking or RNG like I get in this freaking game. But yeah, to see the guys kind of go a little bit on how they should have supported him was kind of good to see. And anyway, guys, that's what Wargaming is, right? The original censorship company, gaming company. But hope you guys stick around here to the end, watch the full video, and as Klaus said, they should have be renamed the WCs instead of CCs, because they're Wargaming Contributors. That's all they do is talk the party line, and I don't respect any of them for that. All right. Anyhow, guys, thanks for watching. Please stay to the end. Appreciate it.
Come on, you gotta relax. Don't force it. Get a blow out your O-ring. Drop a lung.
Who does number 2 work for? Who does number 2 work for?
That's right, buddy. You show that turd who's boss. Hey, just grab a hold of something, bite your lip, and give it hell. Come on. We're gonna get through this.